Hi guys, Jay here with another knife review. Today we're looking at some Gary McGinnis knives from CRKT. The three knives I'm going to be reviewing here today are the Suma, the Premonition, and the Shrimp. All these knives have been used, and I'm just going to talk briefly about each one of them so that we can get through this and with the most info as possible. First, I want to run down some specs. You know what? I'll do it individually. It'll be better that way. So let's just start with the Suma. I've had this knife for about a year, and I have EDC'd it. And I have to say, for a $40 knife, it is one of my favorites. I know a lot of you are already CRKT, the Chinese crap, but honestly, I like them a lot. I think that they are such high quality for being made in China. CRKT's quality control, I feel is very, well done. You can see here, everything is, first of all, it's perfectly centered. This knife has been perfectly centered for, as long as I've had it. It's been like that. I've opened it and cleaned it, and it came perfectly centered. It stays that way. The tension is just right. Just tension with my thumb on the flipper. It opens every time. There's no stickiness or anything. The blade is long, and the satin finish makes cutting a lot easier. I really just love it. It fits my hand perfectly. It's got the micarta scales. The steel, yes, the steel is not the best, but actually, this actually has a really good edge on it, and it stays pretty good too. Some more of this. It's a really good edge. I haven't had any problems with the steel. Sharpens up real nice. Gets the job done for me. I really don't have anything bad to say about this knife except for the clip. I wish it was tip up, but given the profile of the knife, I can see where making a clip down there was kind of difficulty, having to do with the design. The liner lock is actually very well made. A lot of people have said in other reviews that the liner lock is too thin, and I can see where they get the impression, because as you get to the part where your thumb goes in, or this jimping right here, okay, there's some it's kind of like shallowed out, but that's not on the locking part. See, the lock is the full thickness all the way through. It's just right here at the tip where it shallows out. But the part where the tang of the blade and the liner meet are the full thickness. And it does lock up at about, it's a 50-50 lockup. So, I've never had it, fold on me. I don't do spine whack tests, so I'm not going to even talk about that. But carrying it, it is smooth. It goes in the pocket smooth. It's got a custom clip. You can tell I've got some scratches there, but all in all, it's beautiful too. It's got the blue and black. I'm not sure if my camera can pick that up, but you can kind of see it's very subtle. It's a very well done gentleman's knife. I've actually posted this before on a picture, and oh, that was my hand in the way. And I blurred out the CRKT, and I actually had people asking me, who's the custom maker of that knife? Because to me, it looks like a custom. Without that CRKT, people who don't know this knife would be hard pressed to think otherwise. But it was designed by Gary McGinnis. I think a lot of his inspiration comes from sharks. It looks very aquatic, kind of like a dolphin, but more like a shark. This looks like a fin kind of right here. In the overall profile, it's got the belly right there and the tail. I think it looks very aquatic, but I love it. And moving on. Oh, you know what? I gotta get some specs for you guys. You guys always want the specs. The Suma, I'm just gonna run it from the catalog here because I don't have my ruler today. But the McGinnis, it's coming in at a blade length of 7 3/4 inch. Oh, did I just say 7 3/4? That's totally ridiculous. 3 3/4 inches on the blade. It's a 8CR14 MOV for you steel nuts, so you want to know what kind of steel you're getting. And the overall length is 8.5. It's an 8.5 inch knife. Closed, it's almost 5 inches. So it's kind of long, but it'll definitely get all your work done. One of my favorites, I've said before, one of my favorites. This actually I just picked up. This is the Premonition. Now right away you can tell there's a lot of similarities between the Premonition and the Suma, but that being said, I think this is actually an even better EDC. I haven't gotten to carry it much or use it much, but from what I can tell, it is what I would look for in an EDC. It's lighter than the Suma. It has a little better grip. It does have the top jimping right here. It kind of comes up to a ramp. It doesn't go too high, but it does come to a ramp. The blade is not as swept back. The edge is a lot straighter. You can see here a direct comparison between the two. The Suma has a lot more sweep to it, and the belly does give you a lot more cutting ability. But for me, generally the things I'm cutting in EDC chores are straight down. I'm using the tip a lot, so this actually might be a little better. I'm gonna have to might have to redo a review in the future to let you guys know, but from what I can tell, it's working out really great. It does have the same kind of liner lock. These are actually G10 slabs. You can tell that they're G10. My camera doesn't pick it up, but when you have this knife in your hand, you can see the texture of the G10. It's a lot thicker than that of the micarta. Okay, the micarta is a very fine. It's actually a linen micarta. There's two types of micartas. There's linen and there's canvas, and you can always tell the difference by the size of the grain. The canvas will obviously be larger. It'd be like burlap. It's like comparing your jeans to silk. It's that different. And this is the linen, so it'll be a lot finer. On the G10, the fiber is the fiberglass. Okay, it's not linen. It's a fiberglass synthetic material. So you can see that there where it's machined out, and it gives you this beautiful pattern. Like I said, I really like blue. I have a lot of blue knives for some reason. My favorite color is green, but I have a lot of blue knives, and I enjoy carrying my blue knives. They just look awesome. Partly because there's not a lot of green knives out there, but I think the industry does a lot of blue knives because of the blue collar aspect of carrying a knife. A lot of working class folk carry knives, and a lot of people wear blue jeans. So it makes sense that companies make blue knives, but I love them. Let's test the sharpness of this one. Actually, it is new, so it's gonna be sharp, very, very, very sharp. I actually got some curly cues the other day. When the paper curls up, it's sharp. That's to be expected out of anything new out of the box. I have used it for light chores. I haven't done any real heavy EDC. I'm still using my Mannix for that, and I have my Benchmade 51 Balisong. I've been using that. So it's hard. I have a lot of knives. I don't get to really use many of the knives. And some specs for that one, if you guys want to know. But the blade is 3 1/4, and the handle is 4 inches, giving an overall length of about 7.5. So those are the real specs. Like I said, I'm not really into specs. I don't, when I get a knife, I don't worry about, the blade length and all that stuff. It looks nice to me, it works, and that's about it. And the last one here is actually the shrimp. Now this is, I know, it looks weird. This is my girlfriend's knife, and but it is in the McGinnis line, and it's more of a keychain knife, because as you see, it comes with the bail right there, and the glow-in-the-dark backspacer right there. It's not tritium, of course. You can tell already it's not tritium. It's just regular glow-in-the-dark, and it's got a really, really stout, design. I want to get the specs out of the way for this one, so I actually get it right this time, so you guys don't, kill me in the comments. The blade is 1 3/4 inch, real short blade. The handle is 2.5 inches, and the overall is 4 1/4 inches. So you're getting a pretty small knife. If you can't carry this where you live, I feel sorry for you, because this knife is tiny. Real tiny. It's tiny, but it is stout. Like CRKT advertises, look at the thickness of that blade compared to the thickness of the Premonition or the thickness of the Suma. It's about the same thickness. I think it's the same stock that they use, and it carries that thickness pretty well to the tip. I don't see this knife breaking in any way. It is a frame lock. It's an aluminum frame lock. And for me, my bear claws here, it's really hard. I can't even open this one-handed, no matter how much I try. Like, I can't get my finger in there. I could probably do this and flick it, and it'll come out. But it's not for me. Like I said, it's more of a keychain knife for my girlfriend. I like it though. It comes in all sorts of different colors: orange, black. Blue, purple, pink. This is actually the purple version. I know it looks pink. This is the purple version. And it's got a pocket clip on there. It's okay. I like it. And for the price, you're getting all these two for under 40, and I think this one is right about at 20 bucks. So great value in there. But overall, CRKT. Yes, CRKT does it for me. I love CRKT. They have a lot of designs that I like. My first knife that I ever purchased myself was a CRKT. That'll be in another review somewhere else. But I like them. I think that their quality to their price is about right. I think they're not as good as say Kershaw or Spyderco, but definitely something to try out, and something to use, maybe in EDC, maybe for your smaller tasks. And they have a wide variety of designs, and that's what I love about them. So those are just my thoughts on CRKT, and I hope you enjoyed the review of these 3 knives. Hopefully one of them works out for you, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.